Hello everyone,
I'm Angel.
I'm Terry, and today we want to talk to you about our love for whole food, plant-based living.
And my love for you.
Thank you, honey. For over 25 years, I've struggled with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and coronary heart disease. And through whole food, plant-based living, I've been able to start the reversal process of heart disease. And today we want to share with you all the wonderful foods that we eat that allow us to live a whole food, plant-based lifestyle.
Yeah, because when we first started, Terry and I were thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to have all these options that we didn't have before to eat, right? And it was crazy because when Terry was talking to other people, they were saying, oh my gosh, what are you going to eat? And so we thought today, while we're trying to help people get started and get their feet under them and get excited like we are, that we would share with you what you are going to eat, which is a lot of stuff.
It is plentiful.
Yes.
Plentiful, trust me.
And you have to eat it all the time because we haven't went to the grocery store yet today. That's actually where we're headed. And I said, well, let me get out a few things that we have. So, honey, sorry, we still have to go to the grocery store. But let's start over here with some of the wonderful things that we use to keep on, on track and all this stuff. So this stuff, my mother sends to me, so it's really cheap because it's free. Thank you, Mommy. Love you. So she sends me these huge packages. They come to the door, and you see these guns? Yeah. He carries them up the stairs for me, and then we do it. So we get black beans and chickpeas, and I don't have the oats that she sends us because we eat them like mad, and I cook with them and all of that kind of stuff. But if you don't have these oats, it's okay because you can buy just old-fashioned oats, Quaker old-fashioned oats. So these are a staple. You have to eat your oats every single day, right, honey?
Exactly. You can get those large box of oats from Costco is where we get ours from.
Yes. Your head's cotton off.
Let's turn it up a little bit.
And then, so with that, we also eat flaxseed every day with our oats or whatever we're going to put it in. You don't really taste flaxseed, but it's amazing for you. And so you can either get it at the regular grocery store or from Food to Live, like Mom sends this to us. She sends us all kinds of flours, chickpea flour and all that. And our favorite is organic brown jasmine rice. We love it. You can also buy this at Trader Joe's really, really inexpensively. But again, this is best price. It comes to the door, free of charge.
And what about the name? Food to Love. So this is really Food to Love.
Or Food to Live.
Oh, I'm sorry, Food to Live.
And love.
And love. And so, again, the flaxseed meal and the oats is what I eat in the morning. Every morning I have that with my oat milk, which we're going to show you next. Planet oat milk is the best milk that I've found. Has 0.5 grams of total fat, 0 saturated fat, 0 trans fat, 0 cholesterol. So again, it's perfect. 100 grams of sodium. This is the unsweetened original, so it doesn't have any sugar. So this is the best one that I've found on the market thus far.
Yeah, and I think it's so important because Terry and I don't count calories. We don't have to count calories because you just eat and eat. And the food is so like the food that you eat is so dense and so light in calories that you don't have to do that. But it is light in calories. What we look at is the fat. If it has fat, we don't give that to Terry, or a lot of salt.
Exactly, and that's really our way of eating. It's really no added sugar, no added oil, and no added salt. So when we're cooking at home, it's 0 added sugar, 0 added oil, and 0 added salt. Now we may indulge a little bit outside if we order a pizza and we have marinara sauce. Right. Exactly, and we have a little oil, but again at home, 0 added sugar, oil, or salt. And I can probably say 99.9% of the stuff that we eat, we're gonna have very little added sugar, even if we're eating it, outside.
And Terry's very regimented, so he eats his oatmeal and his flax every day. So Dr. Esselson is very proud of him. Every once in a while, I need to change it up because I am not as good as Terry, but I eat these Ezekiel ones. This one has a little bit more sugar because it has raisins in it, but hey, what the heck?
Hey, raisins are good for you.
Yeah, raisins are good for you. And then I recently came across this Crispix. You can see I don't eat it a lot because it's not open. But the reason I purchased it is because it has 0 fat. Cheerios get fat in them. All these heart-healthy foods and all this
sugar,
fats, added sugars,
and oil.
I mean, it's
and
crazy.
A lot of them oil.
A lot of them have oil. So Crispix is one I came across lately. Again, Terry wouldn't touch this. He would sooner starve. He eats his oats and his flaxseed, but I'm not as regimented as my sweetie.
Right, next.
And then next, I did cut out coffee in the morning for a while, but I did realize that to keep a happy marriage, Angel should continue to drink her coffee, right, honey? And so I found this Planet Oat. It's coffee cake, and it's like cinnamony, and I just put a splash. I don't overindulge, but it's super, super good. These are Terry's favorite eggs in the whole world. Let's see, it's called Simply Eggless. We have to go to a specialty store to get this. It's a little bit hard to find, but at Whole Foods, they have one called Just, and it's really good. It is a little bit higher in fat than this one, so I don't give that one to Terry. But again, sometimes I do.
And this one is the best. I mean, this one tastes really good. Angel she'll fold in peppers. She'll fold in shredded hash browns, and she makes it on a griddle. So it's almost like a griddle cake with eggs, roasted peppers, red peppers, onions, and also the hash browns, and it's delicious.
Yeah, you make it right in a panini press, right?
Exactly.
You dump these in frozen. These are amazing. Ingredients, potatoes. I mean, you can't go wrong, right?
You can't go wrong. It's incredible.
And then we get these at Trader Joe's. We love us some Trader Joe's. And so these roasted, but if you can't find these fire roasted peppers and onions at Trader Joe's, just buy frozen strips of peppers and onions. It's not that big of a deal. And then if you want to, Terry doesn't, but Angel does, you could put them on a corn tortilla. These I get at Trader Joe's because the ingredients are corn tortilla, or corn and lime. So
that's it.
I mean, that's it. There's like no ingredients in here, and no sodium.
Our go-to stores are Trader Joe's,
Yep.
Whole Foods,
and the regular groceries.
regular grocery stores like a Acme or a ShopRite. Sometimes we'll go to Sprouts. Those are kind of our go-to stores. We can find most anything and everything that we have here.
And Produce Junction.
And Produce Junction, right, exactly. And BJ's and Costco too, so yep.
And then talk a little bit, honey, about, these are our freezer staples here. These are just, you know, pita bread, because we love those, and we make...
Flax, oat brain, and whole wheat pita bread. Angel makes this incredible chickpea chicken salad. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm excited because Angel's coming out with a cookbook, and it's gonna... No pressure, honey. And it's gonna really share and show you some of the unbelievable recipes that she's come up with that we use each and every day and each and every week to help us stay healthy. And it's all plant-based, no added oil, sugar, or salt. But these are excellent in terms of when Angel puts the chickpea chicken salad in this, or she also make veggie sandwiches with hummus, exactly. And then
or you can make pizza with these. You can put these in, you know, put a little pizza.
Yeah, so she's very creative when it comes to that. And oh, by the way, burritos. We talked about burritos last time. This is what Angel uses to make her burritos. This is what she folds her ingredients in with the burritos. So she'll have her rice, corn, beans, which we'll show you, and it's a nice, hearty, healthy burrito that just is to die for. Absolutely love it.
Absolutely, and you could use any wrap. You don't have to use those. We just happen to like these because they're really soft and kind of pliable.
We get ours from BJ's. You can find those at most BJ's. Some BJ's you may not be able to find, but most you can.
BJ's is like a Costco or a Sam's Club in case you don't have the BJ's in your area. And then Trader Joe's roast corn. Oh my gosh. What was life before Trader Joe's roast corn? We put this in everything, and the ingredients are corn. It's amazing, and this is our recent find, right?
Succotash.
So in succotash, you can, I don't know if you can see it that good, but it's three things. It's soybeans and corn and red peppers, and I just throw this in a skillet with some seasoning, garlic, of course. Love me some garlic.
Soba noodles,
and any kind of noodle. And we make like a stir fry with it.
And it's delicious, absolutely delicious.
5 minutes, right? It's
5 minutes.
embarrassing how easy it is. And then, just really quickly, we don't have to go through all these things, but I buy cauliflower rice and then put some seasoning on it and we eat it. There's some frozen chopped onions, I make homemade, because I'm Italian, you don't have to do this, but I wouldn't be able to, I would be guilting myself if I didn't make homemade gravy for the pasta. And I make this a little bit different for the pizza sauce. And it's really tomatoes and fresh basil, lots of garlic and onion, no oil. Dad, you can make gravy without oil and Lugatel. You can do it, Dad. I know you can.
Angel, and for those who love hummus, Angel found this fat and oil-free hummus from Whole Foods.
Jane and Ann told me about this.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
There you go. It's called Cedars,
Yep.
fat and oil-free hummus. Unbelievable, to die for. So
Yep.
this is a great find.
And then frozen, I was just going to say, I don't know if anybody knew that frozen fruit and vegetables is just as wholesome for you as the fresh, but they don't stay all season. So these stores, they buy the fruit or they freeze the fruit when it's really, really fresh, and then we can buy it in the winter in the Northeast, and it tastes just delicious. So any kind of frozen fruit, frozen vegetables, and so my honey can eat 6 times a day.
Exactly.
Greens, he loves to just steam broccoli, and he just eats it.
Exactly. So I'll steam broccoli in the morning. I'll dish it up into various containers, and I'll just come up and eat it. I'm usually working downstairs because we're all working from home, unfortunately, during the pandemic. But I'll come up and I'll eat my broccoli florets, and then I'll have it all portioned out in between my salads and eating all my greens, Dr. Usselson. So it's helped tremendously with my blood pressure. And I have a sweet tooth. So Angel was talking about fruits and frozen fruits. I love ice cream. So we don't eat dairy anymore, but we came up with this great alternative. It's called Arctic Zero, non-dairy frozen dessert. Oh my God!
Tell them how much fat.
I even have Angel hooked on it. So it has 0 total fat, 0 saturated fat, 0 trans fat.
0, 0,
0,
0.
0, 0.
We're not really sure what's in it, but it tastes like chocolate ice cream. Okay.
Total sugars, 8. Includes 8 added sugars, but I mean,
so
you know,
the
it's
bad
the bad part. But it's unbelievably delicious. And I was a person that I used to like chocolate peanut butter milkshakes after dinner. So I would take my favorite chocolate ice cream, put it into a little blender, add a couple of cups of peanut butter.
I thought you were going to say tablespoon.
No, I add a cup of peanut butter
and cow's milk,
and you know, blend it up, and I probably had at least 500, 600 calories in just peanut butter alone, and a bellyache from the ice cream. But this is an excellent alternative. Instead of using peanut butter, I use peanut butter powder, which we'll show you in a few minutes, and that's my substitute for peanut butter. So I have my chocolate ice cream, I have my peanut butter powder, and I blend this up with my oat milk, 100% pure peanut butter powder, and it's unbelievable to die for. Again, total fat 1.5 grams, saturated fat 0, trans fat 0, and less than 1 gram of sugar. So can't go wrong. So I went from just a crazy, outrageous, sugary, fat milkshake to this delicious, healthy, whole food, plant-based milkshake, which is to die for.
Absolutely. And then if you are counting calories, which Terry and I don't, this whole container is only 160 calories. So no guilt, no guilt. And then how about Anthony, our son Anthony? He loves peanut butter and bananas. And he started using this as well. And he puts all kinds of good stuff together on whole grain bread. And he told me, Mom, this peanut butter tastes better than the regular. So there you go. You just reconstitute it with a little bit of water.
Exactly.
And then these are some... I just wanted to share that these are really the spices. And the whole thing, I'm not going to go through all of this, but the whole thing is these things don't have salt in them. It's garlic powder and onion powder, cinnamon. I use chili powder like it's going out of style, and Mrs. Dash everything. Southwest. Do you know you can buy Mrs. Dash salt-free taco and chili seasoning? I love these. I sprinkle these sometimes on potatoes after I put them in the Instant Pot. I'll make like French fries or something, and I'll sprinkle this on. I'll put them in the air fryer, and we have yummy, right?
Oh
that we dip in our ketchup. But all this stuff here, it is important to me and Terry. This is how we season our food. That's how it's so delicious. Parsley, basil, oregano, obviously.
And we'll list some of the stuff under our video, just so you'll have an opportunity to understand and see what we use and what we utilize and all the different spices that we use to really make the food taste delicious.
Yeah, that was the whole point. And then I wanted to say these Terry does not eat, but I do indulge, and they have salt, so I don't let him have it. But the everything but the bagel seasoning, I warm the cauliflower up in the microwave and I put this on top. It's so good and it's so quick. And then my all-purpose Greek seasoning, I love it. But I don't give these to Terry because of his blood pressure. And so I think that's important. And then miso. Put a little teaspoon of miso in anything. It's awesome. So this is simple. Black pepper. This is your friend, right,
I'm
honey?
the black pepper king.
He
I love
loves
black
it,
pepper
some
and
black
everything.
pepper. Yes. Okay. So you got to talk about the vinegar.
Yeah, so, you know, before I used to eat salads, and then I would put dressing, whether it was French dressing, ranch dressing, or whatever, which had added sugar, dairy, and it was just defeating the purpose of eating a healthy salad. So with whole food plant-based living, obviously I'm eating my salads day in and day out, but we buy this balsamic vinegar of Moderna, Italy, and it is to die for. You get it from Olive Grape, that's the name of the store, and it's unbelievable. It's very high end because of the concentration of the I guess it would be just grapes to make the balsamic vinegar. And it has a little bit of a sweet taste, but then at the same time it has a little bit of a tangy taste. So it really accents the salad and brings out the different different things that you put into it, and it's unbelievable. So this is my favorite. It's just balsamic vinegar of Moderna. Angel loves, because they come in so many different varieties, if you will. Angel likes the white peach, but again,
the world likes the white peach. You have to get the white peach. I'm telling you.
But again, no added sugar, no oil. You almost feel guilty when you're eating it. It's incredible, but it really brings out the taste in the salad, and it's healthy for you.
So you can get this on Olive and Grape on their website, and I think when you order enough, they ship it for free because Mom orders it. So anyway, they have. I just got these out. The white traditional is amazing. The regular traditional. I mean, they have one. This one is white caramelized onion. I drizzle this on my pizza. But it's just the olive. I almost said olive oil. No oil. But the vinegars they have are just crazy. And not all these vinegars are the same, but this is a brand that we found that we love. Honey, talk about your pasta.
Okay, so I love pasta. And when we went from eating the, just the enriched wheat flour pasta to the whole wheat, whole grain pasta, this is the one that we found that was the most delicious and the one that we like the most. So it's called Delelo, and we get this from Acme, and we can also get this from ShopRite. But it's organic, whole wheat pasta. This is the spaghetti, this is the capellini, and then Angel has the fusilli. It's unbelievable. And it's kind of neat. What I do is, and I came up with, actually Angel came up with the recipe, is I'll take my peanut butter powder, I'll mix it with some of my tamari and rice vinegar, sweeten it up with a little bit of syrup, come up with almost like a peanut butter sauce, if you will, and I'll pour that over my pasta. And again, healthy, whole food, plant-based. Of course, I'll put my cracked pepper over it, and it's a nice little snack, nice little lunch snack. So it really tastes delicious, and it's a way that I, kind of fold pasta and some of those carbs that, that are healthy for you back into your...
Or at 10 o'clock at night when you want a snack.
Exactly.
I'm going to have pasta.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's fun.
You'd be amazed how much
pasta at 10 o'clock at night, right?
Exactly.
This is crazy.
All right.
So now I'm going to be embarrassed a little bit, but we're going to go over to my snack section. Terry is not a snacker, but I am a major snacker. And so here we go. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll try to explain. We're kind of far away. But air pop popcorn, yummy, yummy, yummy. It's only corn. I found these Melba rounds. They have no fat. I eat these Wassa crackers, and they are crunchy, crunchy. You have to buy the whole grain ones.
Wassa whole grain crackers.
They're not all the same. Again, reading labels is the most important thing that you will do. I found this Chipotle bean dip, and it's probably so bad, but it's beans. And it has no fat. I got this at Trader Joe's, yummy. So I cut my tortillas up that I showed you earlier. I bake them in the oven. I make salt-free, fat-free tortilla chips, and I dip it in here. And I am in junk food heaven. And then I love my Uncle Jerry's pretzels because these do have a little bit of salt. Terry doesn't junk out, so I don't have to worry about it. And then in a pinch, these unsalted mini pretzels. Do you know that you will find unsalted pretzels in the grocery store that are full of fat? This isn't.
Sliders of ham.
And they have sodium. They're unsalted, but they have sodium. This one has 0 sodium. So if you need a go-to and it's an emergency, buy these. Although the Uncle Jerry's has a lot less ingredients, so it's probably better for you. But these are a good alternative. I eat them. I eat a lot of unsalted rice cakes, and Terry's like, yeah, I make the peanut butter, I put it on. Terry does not do any of this.
Angel's Corner.
This is Angel's Corner, junk food. I just found these 2 weeks ago, these crackers. Yummy, yummy. They taste like wheat thins, but they don't have fat. Have you ever seen the fat content in crackers? And I love crackers. So that's some of my junk food. Honey, come over here. Let's talk about our canned stuff. So Terry and I learned from Dylan on Well Your World how to pressure can, right? And it has been life-changing.
Unbelievable. The first time we went through it, it was a little clunky, and we had to make sure we were comfortable with the whole canning process. I said it should be called jarring because you're putting stuff in jars, but we call it canning. So we make our homemade applesauce, homemade chickpeas and homemade black beans. So we no longer buy our chickpeas, black beans, and applesauce from the store. We have it natural, make it natural at home. So then you're for sure that it has no added salt, no added oil, and no added sugar. 100%.
We know what's in here. We peeled and cored these apples. This is a labor of love, right? But it is delicious.
Exactly.
And so I do buy some canned, like fire roasted tomatoes and diced tomatoes and rotel. These do have some salt in them, but this is how I make chili. We love some chili. So we do chili with black beans, so we buy a lot of that. One of my most recent finds was this Nacho Spice nutritional yeast. So if you're new to whole food plant-based living, you will find that nutritional yeast is your friend. The plain, there's this one, you buy this at Whole Foods. It's from Frontier Co-op, and actually I found out from Hungry Vegan Mama. She's in Austin, she has a YouTube channel, and she introduced me to this. Thank you, girl, love it. Her name is Tia. So anyhow, I use this in a lot of stuff. We make a lot of, Terry loves burritos and, you know, the chili and this and this. And so, and the nutritional yeast, it will make your foods have a cheesy taste. So if you're really craving that cheesy taste, you do have to acquire a little bit of a taste with the nutritional yeast, but it'll give you that cheesy taste.
And Angel has learned, you know, through this whole food plant-based way of living and just, you know, buying different seasoning and spices and looking at various YouTube channels and things of that nature, that, you know, she's come up with a lot of different recipes and taste combinations that really go together. So we want to share that with you, just so, you know, you understand how delicious your food can really taste.
Yeah, because it takes a minute. At first you're like, how am I going to make the food taste good? So this is better than bouillon. It's just a bouillon base. This is nothing new. I'm sure you've all seen this before. This one is obviously reduced sodium. So when I make especially the brown rice in the Instant Pot, I put like a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half to taste, so whatever you like. This, it changes the rice completely. I'm going to share recipes with you guys over the months and years, and obviously in the cookbook. But this better than bouillon. If you're making, I don't care what you're making, gravy for your pasta or tomato sauce for your pizza or the rice or whatever it is, if you can't, it's just like, wow, this is missing something, add a little bit of this, it's your friend. And I don't like mushrooms, so it's a major problem because mushrooms are a staple when you eat like this. And I tried, honey, did I give it a value?
She did.
I did. I was gagging those babies down. But if you love mushrooms, enjoy them. There are so many. I didn't even know the variety of mushrooms. I even bought dried ones and like tried to reconstitute them. Remember that? I was like, maybe these will be good. So I bought this instant mushroom soup base because I was craving beef stroganoff. And I don't even crave beef. I didn't even like beef before we didn't eat beef.
Right.
So I craved this beef stroganoff. I used red lentils as my beef. And I used this with my noodles and some other stuff. And we had beef stroganoff.
It was delicious.
So good.
It was delicious. Absolutely delicious. I'm going to talk to him about the organic pumpkin. So Angel makes these pumpkin waffles with flaxseed. She uses the oat meal or the oat flakes, and then she uses organic pumpkin and some other spices and seasonings and so forth. They are to die for, absolutely to die for. So with the old-fashioned Quaker oats, with the pumpkin and with the flaxseed and other spices, vanilla, applesauce, homemade applesauce, it's absolutely to die for. The first time we tasted them, it was a little different taste. It took me a while to get used to, but it was unbelievable. It was just unbelievable. So now I crave them and eat them every Saturday for breakfast and Sunday for breakfast as well. We found these diced jalapeno peppers. We add these to our corn before we put them into our burritos, or sometimes we'll have what we call potato bowl night. And so we'll make potato bowls and we'll put corn with the diced jalapenos and with the potatoes. We'll add our homemade black beans. We'll dice up some scallions. This really brings out the taste.
My little chef, I love you. No, it does. You're right. I love it. I love hearing Terry being excited about what we're eating. That's so cool. It's like mission accomplished. So Dr. McDougall, I spoke about him a little bit and his starch solution and how that helps us understand that we do need to balance. We can't just eat 10 pounds of potatoes. While we can eat 10 pounds of potatoes, then we need to eat equal parts of vegetables, right? So that would be a lot. But I feel like some days I actually could be a sports eater. So anyway, we find these, they're low sodium. I find these at Whole Foods, and this is just, it's like ramen, but it doesn't have that sodium in it that ramen has, but that ramen flavor that we remember. And you can buy these at Whole Foods, or you can buy them online. Again, we don't eat this stuff every day, but if we're in a pinch and we're in a hurry, you can make this stuff up and dump it on some greens or eat it, and you're good to go.
These are really good because, again, if we're in a pinch and I come from upstairs and I say, hey, what are we going to have for lunch? We'll throw in a couple of the Dr. McDougall's soups. I'll dice up some scallions. And after we heat them up, I'll put scallions in it. I'll put my cracked pepper, and they just taste delicious. So you get almost a ramen, quick lunch flavor, if you will, without having an added sodium, and the taste is just unbelievable.
These are the same, Dr. McDougall.
Dr. McDougall.
That one's Trader Joe's.
So Dr. McDougall has a lentil vegetable kale soup, but again, doesn't have a lot of sodium. Again, a little bit of fat, saturated fat, no trans fat.
Make your own soup. These do have sodium in them, and it's not the best, but in a pinch, like you said, honey, it's the best idea. So, salsa authentica, Trader Joe's. This is my favorite salsa in the whole wide world. My brother-in-law Julio, hi Julio, he would tell me that I'm a wimp and I don't like hot stuff, and he is absolutely correct. It burns my mouth. But I buy this salsa authentica. They also have a pineapple one. They have a green verde one. And all of them are delicious. And it's a total of $1.99. So you don't have to splurge too much. Terry likes this one because he's tougher.
Mateos.
Not as tough as Julio. But this one is hot. It burns your mouth. And he gets this at Costco. So he loves this. He goes through this like mad. But salsas will amazingly spice up your food and give them that little zing that you might be missing in the beginning because you're not using salt and oil and those types of things that are, because salt and oil, they coat your tongue. And we get used to eating like that. And to try to get away from that stuff, put salsa, put the spices, and then all of a sudden you're going to start tasting your food. How about it when we started tasting food? Yeah. Food is incredible.
Angel's right. I mean, you'll find that your taste buds will take on an entirely new, healthy, different way of just gaining a better appreciation for food and what it really tastes like. A couple other just condiments. Ray's sugar, Sweet Baby Ray's no sugar added barbecue sauce. So this is absolutely delicious. It's something that we use on a lot of different things we make. Heinz tomato ketchup, no added sugar. I didn't even know they had no added sugar Heinz tomato ketchup until we went to this whole food plant-based way of living, and it's delicious. So these are great condiments that you can pick up from just about any grocery store.
How about condiments are so critical?
Oh my God.
And mustard. Buy mustard in every way, shape, form, fashion. I love mustard, but you will come to love mustard too. And so I'll say sorry to my Italian family. You saw my homemade stuff over there. But every once in a while, this organic, fat-free marinara pasta sauce comes in so handy, because I will make spaghetti squash sometimes in a pinch. When we're hungry, I'll make a spaghetti squash, I'll cut it in half, I'll put some of this, and I will put this. I don't give this to Terry because it does have 1 gram of fat. That's how sensitive I am about giving Terry fat. But I certainly do indulge in it. It's called Go Veggie. It's a plant-based. It tastes exactly like Parmesan. It does not taste like Lugatel Romano, but it does taste like Parmesan. And so, little spaghetti squash, a little bit of this fat-free marinara. Watch your marinara. If you actually do buy pasta sauce in a jar, and look, my kids didn't even know there was pasta sauce in a jar until we just did this video. No, I'm kidding. But if you do, please read the label. They are full of oil and fat, and it's so scary. But this one, believe it or not, they have one at Aldi. They have a fat-free one at Aldi, and so they're not bad. They just have basil and tomato in them. I mean, it can't hurt you, and add a little of your own basil, and listen, it's delicious. This is
organic tamari. It's a gluten-free soy sauce that we use in various dishes to kind of spice them up or as a condiment. And then you heard me talk about sweetening up. I have a sweet tooth, as you probably already know, so I like to sweeten up my morning cereal. I like to sweeten up my sauce that I make, my peanut butter sauce for my pasta. So I'll just use maple syrup. So we get this maple syrup from Costco. It's 100% maple syrup, no added sugar. So if I'm trying to sweeten something up, I'm not really adding any sugar or added sugar. I'm just sweetening up with a little bit of maple syrup, and it tastes delicious. It really accents the dish and makes it sweet.
And we bake with that, because we make sweets too. We like sweets, and we make cookies, and we bake with that. You don't have to get it at Costco. You can get it anywhere, but when it's only $10 for that great big thing, we're buying that sucker at Costco's. And so I just wanted to show you some of the roasted peppers that we buy. They're no oil. You gotta watch, you gotta look at the label and make sure they are not soaking in oil. Not the marinated stuff, but just the roasted in the water. That is all you get. And I put these, I'll take the pita, put them in my little, fryer, air fryer. And get them going, and put some of these and the tomato sauce and the cheese, and in like 4 minutes or 5, I have a yummy pizza. But just be really careful, because this stuff can be packed in oil.
It can be, and it's very
deceptive. My cheater garlic.
Cheater garlic.
Cheater garlic, people.
So this is squeezed organic garlic. Bangel uses this a lot to just spice up, and like with her gravy, our marinara sauce, and what other stuff do you use this in, babe?
Ginger. I use garlic in everything. I use this. I also use roasted garlic. I mean, garlic goes in everything. If something doesn't taste good, just add garlic. You're fine.
Exactly.
I roast the garlic, but this is my cheater garlic. I like it. And then the ginger too. I make like the soy catash with the noodles. I'll put ginger and garlic.
Exactly. And Grey Poupon, mustard. Mustard's fine. It doesn't really have any type of added sugar or oil, so this is very, very safe for you.
Grey Poupon or snot.
Grey Poupon.
Yeah, and I think I learned this in the beginning from Jane and Ann Esselstyn, that baking powder has a lot of sodium in it. I mean, who would have thought baking powder? So we went crazy. My mommy found this for me. Thank you for loving me. But it's reduced sodium baking powder. So sodium and things that we don't know is in everything, because we weren't looking for that before. And so now that we're looking, so just as a lookout, you just never know. We read every single label again and again.
You have to.
Even when we go back to the grocery store, right, honey? Because maybe they changed it.
Absolutely. I mean, you won't believe the amount of oil that's in just so many things you wouldn't necessarily think it would be in. A lot of added sugars. high in sodium. It's just incredible. So you really have to be a student and really look at, not so much be concerned about the calories, but more concerned about the saturated fat, total fat, and added sugar, oil, and salt.
Yeah. Forget calories. Forget it. You don't have to worry. So this is showing you that we're Trader Joe's junkies, and everything is so great there and so cheap. I mean, so cheap. So these are just some things that I found over time with zero fat, no cholesterol, 10 milligrams of sodium. Seriously. This is a mango ginger chutney. Terry loves this. It's a roasted sriracha barbecue sauce. It's too hot for me, Julio, but my Terry loves it. And then the sweet chili sauce, I'll mix it with some of the peanut butter when I'm making Asian dishes, the tamari. You don't have to use tamari. We use tamari because Angelo is celiac, so we try to do the best, have staples in our home that when he comes to visit, he can enjoy as well.
Exactly.
And Meg too. And then this spicy taco sauce. We just recently found this, and it has no fat. It's light in sodium, so we haven't tried it yet, but we're really excited. Again, you can get these things at Trader Joe's, and they're dirt cheap. It's almost scary. You feel like you're stealing, right?
Absolutely.
It's just nuts. So the last thing we wanted to share out of all this stuff, and hopefully we're not killing you, but we wanted to really share this stuff, and now my head's cut off. So these potatoes, you have got to buy a 10-pound bag of potatoes every single week. I mean, before we started doing this, I think our ketchup would go bad, right? And then in the summer, we'd have a barbecue and say, our ketchup is brown, it's no longer red. We go through ketchup like mad now because we make
potato bowls, French fries, but French fries obviously that are baked in our air fryer and are just unbelievably delicious. Angel seasons them with salt and pepper and some other different types of the pepper and just and seasoned salt. So seasoned salt and other type of garlic salt and things of that nature that makes it just unbelievably delicious.
Yeah. And sweet potatoes. We put sweet potatoes in so much stuff. You can make sweet potato quesadillas. You want to talk about yum, yum, yum. Sweet potato quesadillas. You can make sweet potatoes in the morning and mash a sweet little banana in there with some cinnamon. There is endless things. I make chili with sweet potatoes. Oh my God. I mean, we have just such a love for sweet potato French fries. What? They're so good. So I'll share the recipes. I can think of 100 things we do with sweet potatoes. Spaghetti squash is really important. You can roast this in your oven, or look, you can put this in your microwave and do the same thing. So whatever is most convenient for you. Butternut squash, I would say that we like the butternut squash chopped up in the chili probably more than anything.
And it's delicious. It has so good. So it'll give you kind of like that sweet, savory taste within the chili. And it's something like I've never tasted it before. It's unbelievable.
But it's good with some of the heat, and it takes the heat down for people like me that aren't too good with heat. But I learned from my mom that you just stab a knife through this, so get your aggressions out. Boom, I'm hungry. Put it in your microwave for 15 minutes, depending on the size of it. You'll have to put it more, and it's cooked. And you just open it up. For chili, I usually buy it diced. I buy the cheater one at BJ's, and it's already cut up. They also have the cheater one at Trader Joe's. It's like a 20-ounce pack, and it is perfect for the chili we make. So there you go. We recently started sprouting. Oh my gosh, these sprouting seeds are so exciting.
Broccoli sprouts.
So this is just a sample of what it comes out. But every 5 days, I make these broccoli sprouts fresh. It takes 5 days to make them, and we'll talk about that in another video.
But the nutritional benefits of broccoli sprouts 100 times more beneficial for you than regular broccoli in terms of fighting cancer and cardiovascular disease. So it's just incredible. Just incredible.
So every time you bite and grind down on one of these little sprouts, all the little scientific word that is amazing for you comes out into your body. And one thing, Terry and I are going to get old and probably die really, really old because of how we eat. But we're not dying of cancer.
That's right.
You know, we hope not. Knock wood. That's a tough one. So tell them about what you do. So
what I do with my salads, and I found myself chopping a lot of salads in the morning or before every meal because I wanted to have a salad. So Angel came up with this great idea. She said, you know what, why don't you just prep all of your stuff that you're going to put into your salads beforehand. You can keep them in a jar. So I'll take grapes, I'll cut them in half, and I'll fill up a jar like this, and I'll put them in the refrigerator. I'll take peppers, I'll chop up my peppers, and I'll put them in a jar like this. I'll take my cucumbers and put them in a jar. And so that when it's time to make a salad, I'll put my salad in a bowl, and I'll just dump my grapes, cucumbers, and peppers, my balsamic vinegar dressing for both of us. So I have salads made for both of us, and you know, within a few minutes we have healthy salads. And we also put our broccoli sprouts on them as well. So very healthy, very nutritional, and very, you know, quick in terms of being prepared to make them because I have everything chopped up and prepped. So it works out real well.
It really works out well. And onions. This is no surprise to anybody, but you need onions in everything. You need onions and you need garlic. And some of just the fruits that we eat a lot of, I make sometimes Southwest salads with either spinach or some kind of romaine or something crunchy. We put mangoes in there, and I make the homemade tortilla strips. I put them in the oven, make them crunchy. I put them in there. There's just so many things that you can do. So this is just a light version. These are our staples. If nothing else, we eat a lot.
We eat a lot. As you can see, we eat a lot, and we have to go grocery shopping.
We're getting ready to go to the grocery store.
So
I don't know if we should be embarrassed.
So again, we love to learn and to eat whole food, plant-based, and that learning and has been great for us, and we love it, and we wanted to share it with you and give you some ideas. I know Angel talked about a lot of different dishes that she makes and different things that she puts together. So I know you'll all be ready and waiting for her cookbook when that comes out. I know I'm excited about it. And I mean,
will you cook the stuff then for me? Wouldn't that be great? Somebody cooks for me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna post this. We'll put a couple websites up there, especially for the vinegar. Oh my gosh, it will change your life. And if there's anything we forgot or we're moving too fast or whatever the case may be, let us know, and we will post those for you too. So have a great day.
Absolutely.
Love you, honey.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.